Operation Stop Drug Drink Driving. It is an operation that we run regularly throughout the year. However, today's focus is on the drop-off and pick-up of children within school zones or school areas today at schools. This morning, the preliminary results show that unfortunately we caught, there were 10 people. I'll just start again. The results from this morning's phase had police detect 9 people that were driving with illicit drugs within their system and 2 people that were driving with over 0.05 within their blood system. Police find this absolutely shocking because children are the most innocent, precious and vulnerable individuals that we have within our community, and unfortunately they can't say no to getting in a car with a person who's been drink or drug driving. What is particularly shocking this morning is that one 24-year-old male was stopped. He indicated positive to methamphetamine and cannabis within his system, and he has also never held a licence, and he had 2 primary age children within his car. It is well known that drink driving does impair your driving faculties. It impairs your mental alertness, your decision making, your reaction time and your coordination, which are all very important when driving. Are there any questions?
You said you were shocked. That must be an understatement.
Oh, definitely. Last year when we ran this operation, throughout the 2 phases, we caught a total of 11 people who were driving with drugs or alcohol in their system, where this morning alone we caught that number.
Can you tell us how many schools those 9 were over?
They were over about 8 different schools, and this operation is being conducted across the entire state. And at any time, any police officer can stop a person and ask them to submit to a breath analysis or submit to a drug test.
Would you like to see more operations like this morning, given these disturbing results?
Well, it is important that we actually do protect our children within our society. As I said, they are innocent members of our society. It's hard for me to comprehend why a person would risk their own safety by driving with illicit drugs or alcohol in their system. However, it is totally irresponsible and unacceptable for them to be drink driving or drug driving with children in their car, let alone the crashes that could involve other innocent road users.
Tony, with the readings, were they particularly high ones, or were any cars impounded? Anyone arrested?
No, of the 2 that were driving with alcohol within the system, they were given traffic infringement notices for a total of $637, and they'll also lose 4 demerit points, and they were also given a direction not to drive. The 9 who proved positive to illicit drugs were given a direction not to drive, and we will also be reporting the results of those tests where necessary to families and communities.
So what happened when they came back positive? Were they arrested? Were their cars left at the side of the road? What actually happened?
Well, there is an analysis of their. There is an oral fluid. There is an oral fluid analysis taken. So there are further tests conducted after the initial screening tests. They are then reported. They're given a direction not to drive, and the car needs to remain at the scene until it can be picked up by someone who isn't affected by drugs or alcohol.
So it wasn't the case like there was a few weeks ago where a mother was found to have a positive result and then came out later that it was negative?
No, there have been no such cases reported to us. And today we have been stopping cars that are on the way to the school or have just left the school to either pick up or drop off the children.
So you didn't step in front of the schools, Tony, your police cars?
No, we were trying not to. As a practice, we do not stay within the school zones because we don't want to put the children to any unnecessary danger, which additional cars or police cars may represent or present to other road users.
So whether they're just outside of the school zone, perhaps on the way out?
These tests have been conducted by over the entire state by a number of officers. They've been given directions as to how we'd like this operation to be conducted, and at this stage I don't know the exact locations, but I do know that everyone who has been stopped was either going to a school or is driving away from a school.
Can you give us an idea about the scale of this operation? How many schools, how many police officers out and about testing?
Oh, that's very difficult. We've got all the members of Traffic Support Branch, or many of the members of Traffic Support Branch, out there attending different schools, and we've got traffic members and General Patrol members across the entire state that are going to individual schools. The schools are chosen at random, and there are no fixed static sites. It is all random testing that is being conducted, and mobile testing.
Were there any children in the car or near the cars where their parent or carer was tested?
Yes. The results that we've asked for don't provide all of those details, but in half of them, the details that have been provided has indicated that there were children in the car at the time that the driver was stopped.
Tony, these tests you're talking about that happened today, were they only metropolitan area or were they country?
No, metropolitan and country, across the entire state.
Which country towns, please?
It is actually across the entire state that this operation is being run.
So systematically across the state, every LSA, every police station, so to say, had people doing this testing?
Well, every LSA definitely has people doing the testing. However, it may not mean that every country police station is actually doing the testing, unless they're actually on duty.
Were there some schools where there were multiple people tested? Found positive readings?
Well, just looking at the preliminary results, there were 2 schools where multiple people were found driving with illicit drugs within their system.
Metro or country?
Those 2 were metro.
Thank you.
However, we've detected people drug driving and drink driving within country regions as well.
What would you say to parents, those irresponsible parents who are thinking about getting in the car affected by drugs or alcohol, taking their kids to school?
Think about the consequences of your actions. I mean, how precious are your children to you? So you may think it's acceptable to risk your own life, but the police and the community do not think it is acceptable for you to risk the life of your children or other road users.
Is this just today, this blitz?
This is an operation that we do run regularly throughout the year. Last time that we ran this specific operation was in November last year.
What about, as we speak, it's school pick-up time. Are there patrols out there at the moment trying to pick up?
Yes, yeah. Today's operation was a operation that was conducted in 2 phases: the drop-off this morning and then the pick-up this afternoon.
And how does this compare to the other times that police have conducted this operation?
Well, last November when we conducted this operation, there were 11 people found driving with either illicit drugs or alcohol in their system, and we caught that many this morning, which is very disappointing and very shocking.
So the message is not getting through. Are these hardcore recidivists, or are these just the average everyday run-of-the-mill driver who's thoughtless?
They're just normal. Well, no, I wouldn't say they're normal people, because normal people do not drink or drug drive. However, they are people that are of different ages. The ages range from 23 through to 50 today, and probably about half are females and half are males.
I think we'll stop there. Thanks very much.
Thank you.